It was my day off, and the morning had passed slowly, filled with the quiet comfort of laziness. My wife had left for work early as always, humming softly as she gathered her things, her perfume lingering briefly in the hallway. The kids had hurried off to school, the youngest two giving me quick hugs and giggles, the eldest offering a casual wave, already lost in the music playing through his earbuds. Alone in the peaceful silence, I lingered over Monday's crossword, savoring the slow pace. As I sipped my coffee, warmed by the morning sun streaming gently through the window, my thoughts drifted briefly to dinner I'd missed earlier in the week, working late again. A small regret tugging at my conscience, her fleeting disappointment still vivid. A sudden knock at the front door interrupted my thoughts. I rose slowly, expecting perhaps a delivery driver in a hurry. By the time I opened the door, no one was there. Just a small package left on the porch. Picking it up, I immediately noticed the handwriting on the label. It was mine, but older, less steady, as though written by a shaky hand. The shipping date was 10 years in the future, exactly. There was no return address, no explanation. I hesitated, skeptical and uneasy, before carefully opening it. Inside the box were 3 ordinary items. A neatly written grocery list in my wife's familiar handwriting, a receipt confirming the adoption of a dog ready for pickup, and a new game controller. A note was tucked neatly beneath the controller, hastily scrawled, "Don't make the same mistake I did." I know how this sounds. Impossible, maybe even ridiculous. So here's proof. Today, at exactly 11:17 a.m., a 4.3 magnitude earthquake will strike just outside Las Vegas. Then you'll know this is real. I glanced at the clock. It was already 11:15. My heart quickened slightly, skepticism wrestling with anxious anticipation. Almost without thinking, I pulled up a live earthquake tracking site and began refreshing repeatedly. At exactly 11:17, nothing happened. I sighed quietly, wondering again if this was an elaborate prank, a joke taken too far. For a brief moment, I felt foolish, even relieved. Then, seconds later, the site refreshed. At the very top, a new report appeared. Magnitude 4.3, near Las Vegas, Nevada. The realization hit me sharply. It was real. Whatever was happening, the message was undeniably genuine. Driven by a sudden urgency, I grabbed my keys and headed out with the grocery list. I carefully bought everything listed, ingredients for my wife's favorite dinner and a special dessert for the kids. Afterward, I went to the animal shelter and picked up the friendly dog from the adoption receipt, a gentle retriever who snuggled close immediately, her soft fur warm and comforting. When the kids got home, their excitement filled the house, the youngest two particularly thrilled with our new furry family member. Just as we settled in, my eldest son's game controller abruptly stopped working, causing him to groan in frustration. Remembering the new controller from the package, I handed it to him, receiving a grateful smile and playful teasing from his siblings. My wife arrived shortly after, surprised and delighted by the thoughtful dinner. She had planned to take the kids out to dinner, but now there was no need. We spent a perfect quiet evening at home, sharing inside jokes and stories, filled with laughter and warmth, grateful just to be together. However, my future self had managed to send that package. It had provided exactly what we needed, something I regretfully wished I'd thought to do myself. I woke the next morning reaching for her cold sheets. The smell of dinner was gone. No sounds of children. No dog on the bed. It came rushing back, sharp and sudden, like breaking glass. The room spun. Air caught in my throat. 10 years ago, they'd gone out for dinner and a new game controller. The car accident. I didn't make dinner that night. She took the kids out instead. I never got them the dog I'd promised. I sat in the silence, heart aching, surrounded by everything I'd missed. I could still see her face, hear her voice. The kids playing, laughing. None of it real. Nothing had changed. I sat frozen and numb. The weight of countless what-ifs. The bittersweet taste of lives unlived.